What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
A champion from the West. A legend of the East. A competition that went too far.
There's been too much violence, too much pain.
Now, to survive, you must destroy. For honor.
Let us gingerly touch our tips.
For love.
It will be nice. I think you will love it.
For justice.
The law's on my side.
The power of a warrior.
JD.
The heart of a champion.
Thunder.
He likes the way I talk, and I like the way he talks.
This is Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes.
Where did you learn your trade, you stupid fucking cunt, you idiot?
Stack of Dimes. We're back live in the studio, but not live. We are the podcast that
someone's rusty.
I know with audio, like pantses you with audio.
Pants.
Like, Yeah, you get pantsed with audio. You're like, what? You like put our podcast on. You're like, what? They pulled my pants down. I didn't see that coming.
Or the podcast that wow, dead fingers
you in the ear hole.
Yeah,
You're walking down the hall.
Yeah.
You get dead fingered right in the ear hole.
Yeah,
Is dead finger a thing still? Can you still I haven't seen anybody dead finger anyone for a long time.
I pull it out on my wife from time to time. I get it going like this, and she's like, "Stop!"
Dead finger.
I'll just kind of lay it on her knee.
Is that
do that?
Was that broader than Snohomish County? Dead fingering. People know what we're talking about. It sounds dirty as it sounds.
It does
foul.
sound dirty.
It sounds super foul. Yes.
Yeah. You make your not your you can make your ring your ring finger or your middle finger limp enough.
Yeah.
And usually the ring finger, right?
And then you kind of snap your wrist.
Yeah.
So your finger is sort of
limp,
floppy. Yeah. But if you snap it, you can actually
I'm dead fingering the mic right now.
Yeah.
But whoa, that is going to be a drop taken away for some stupid fucking song. I'm dead fingering the mic
right now. Dead fingering the mic right now.
But yeah,
you could sort of snap. It's what would be the flicking with your finger? If you take your index finger, your ring finger, or whatever, your middle finger, and build up enough pressure, you can flick somebody with it, flick somebody behind the ear. It's doing that, but you're letting your limp finger, you can snap somebody with it.
It's the weight of the bone of your finger that you let.
Which is such a weird, but it became, in the 90s, it became a thing.
Oh, sure.
At least in Lake Stevens High.
Yes.
Circa 1994, 95. It became a game unto itself.
Yeah.
Dead fingered. I got dead fingered today. I was walking down the hall, and Brian Rundy dead fingered me right in the nutsack. Got me good. Real clever guy. Nailed me.
Yeah, absolutely. And that would,
Grundy, you got me.
Grundy would get you.
You got me, Brian Grundy.
Yeah. Brian Grundy. He just clipped you while you're at your locker. You're unloading some books, and he comes by and kind of just pop. And you're like, fuck.
But there was no it's not clever.
No.
It's not. You might as well just there's no point of actually dead finger. You might as well just come up and just punch somebody right in the balls. But instead, if you dead fingered him, it was you clever son of a bitch.
Yeah. Punching him would be fuck, dude, would you punch me?
Yeah,
for?
you punched me.
Dead fingered.
No, I dead fingered him.
Shit, man.
You got me on a technicality. You dead fingered me.
Kind of is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to the studio. We are actually in the studio putting in work. Hose didn't give a fuck, man. That shit hurts. And you've got somewhat of a limited board that we've got there.
Yeah, I didn't search far and wide enough, but I got Jeff here.
It's almost like old times, Poppy.
I got Al here.
Yeah.
And
Hi.
I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, it's different. It's refreshing. And so listener Kevin, he's still here. He's still with us, just to let you know. We had listener Kevin emailed us, and me and Roden talked about it the last show. So where'd JD go?
He did say that, yeah.
Where's JD?
So he's back. That guy still around?
He's here.
No, he passed. He passed.
But no.
Now get the fuck out!
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Now you can leave.
Thanks.
No.
No, I was thinking about this, in the 90s in high school, and we've repeated every topic on here. So
Oh, sure.
somebody's going to be like, you guys talked about that episode 223.
No one ever says that. 'cause no one
But like in the 90s in high school, the games, the pranks, aka games that existed in the 10 minutes or 5 minutes. How much did we have between classes? 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
Yeah, what? That's a good question. I have no idea. I was thinking
Maybe
about that
10.
Was it 10?
Yeah, because I think it ended at like 10 at the hour and classes started on the hour.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah.
So like in the 10 minutes between classes, the games were dead fingering someone in the nuts,
Yeah.
kneeing them in the thigh and give them a Charlie horse.
Yes.
Like you would fly through the air. You like grab your ankle, fly through the air and like knee someone in their thigh.
Yep.
And be like, oh, got you, Charlie horse.
Brutal. That hurt so bad.
Dude, it was
hurt so bad.
It's insane to think about. Like if I came flying at you with my knee in your thigh,
well,
it would drop you.
The one thing we had going was youth in our bodies, and then also like you didn't have your man weight yet. So it was like, you know what I mean?
Like it's like
it was brutal,
80 pounds flying through the air.
It's like 80 pounds.
And then pantsing people.
Yeah, all the time.
Pantsing. You're just there talking to like some girls that like maybe like worked up the nerve to like, I'm going to talk to this girl. And then like you're talking, they sneak up behind you and just like pull your pants down.
Well, first of all, you're wearing Umbros. You're asking for it. You're asking for it.
You were wearing Umbros. That's fair enough. Yes.
So you basically are begging to be pantsed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a for certain there. Yeah.
Some sort of wedgie, like grabbing somebody in a wedgie.
Yeah. Wedgies weren't.
But like I feel like I feel like in the 90s like overalls, like coveralls, overalls were kind of a thing, and I feel like I remember people getting like like overalls.
Yeah,
like,
I know what you're talking about, like Oshkosh.
Yeah, people would like I feel like
you're like goddamn Kid and Play or some shit.
Yeah, totally. Yes, and would like grab people and like, oh, I'm gonna give you a wedgie in your overalls
because it was easy.
That was a thing. It was easy because they were like
grab it up high. It's connected to the
it's a whole like suit.
Yeah.
But that was a thing. Oh, did you hear about? He got a wedgie in the hallway. Pulled like these are the pranks.
Yeah,
these are the clever, well thought out pranks and games of the 90s.
Well, like the show we did on bullying, where I was asking, is that a thing that happens that much anymore? Because we're so hyper aware of it, which is rightfully so.
Yeah,
where you have PSAs and things talking about bullying and people bullying and that sort of stuff. That essentially is bullying. But we just accepted it as a fun game. And it wasn't a fun game, but it was
not fun.
Game. You're right. It wasn't a game. It was like a loophole.
But you just accepted it.
You just
he got canned.
Yeah.
Got canned. Did you hear Matt got canned today?
Yeah. They picked him up.
Put him in a trash can.
Yep.
Oh, if you're a freshman, you get canned in swirlies. You get a swirly. I don't know if do you know anybody ever got a swirly?
No, not that I was. No.
Swirly was like sort of one of those things like that doesn't really happen. That'd be like
putting someone's head in a turlet and flushing. That's in the movies. That's in the movies, right?
I know. Did it happen? I don't know if I'm pretty sure I knew people who got canned. Because it was always like littler dudes. Like, they're smaller and they can just like pick them up and just like poor little like whatever. Some dude who's like 5'1". The rest of the class is like almost 6 foot, and they just like, oh, I'm gonna pick up this little guy and throw him in the trash can.
I have several people I'm imagining right now. I'm not even gonna send fake names out for them. But yes, that was a common thing for those poor fellows.
Yeah.
What's weird too is I guess a lot of this stuff could also be categorized as almost sexual. Like you're dead fingering a person's genitals.
The pantsing is fully sexual. Yeah. That guy's talking to girls. I'm going to take his pants down. Like, what? Wait, what?
And usually...
Yeah, and there was probably some sort of, like, homosexual, like
repression or something? Or
no,
like
not repression. I was going to say there's some sort of, like they probably yelled some sort of homosexual insult as they pantsed you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, blank and then pants as you're doing it. Yeah,
you're gay.
Yeah, because
you like wait,
pretty
what?
Much. Yeah,
yeah. But I feel like it was always like that. The pantsing always happened like as you were standing around talking to somebody.
Usually, ladies.
Yeah,
your friends wanted you to.
Yeah, they were like, I'm gonna. That guy had the cojones to like actually go talk to girls outside of like his social circle. I'm gonna make sure he regrets that for the rest of his life,
and also to take the attention away from him and put it on me.
Yeah,
to an extent, right?
Totally.
Like, yeah, and usually what happened typically, the shorts came down.
you'd catch them pretty quick.
And the underwear stayed on. Or,
Yeah.
you like you say, you grab them in the front and maybe your butt was exposed a little bit or something.
Or you spread your legs really quick or something like that. Yeah, you're like you said, you were young. Your reflexes were very quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you didn't fall prey to that as much.
But it would have been crushing because now I view everything through an adult's lens. So now if someone pants me, I'd be like, yeah, witness. Look, go ahead, feast your eyes on this disgusting shit.
Like, look at Quado. Look at Quado.
Yeah.
He's the leader of the resistance.
It's like
free the air, guys.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't need you to verify it. Like,
can you imagine at a place of work? Just like you dead fingering a coworker in the nuts.
Yeah.
You're
or pantsing them while they're talking to some coworker. You'd be gone, man. It wouldn't even.
Oh my God. Let's just imagine
ridiculous.
You're walking down the hall, you're passing somebody, and you just decide to dead finger them in the nuts. I win. I win.
I just think about how bad that would feel in slacks. It's that thin, that thin in jeans or something.
A pair of Dockers.
Yeah. Oh boy, that would drop you to your knees. Would put you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time you took a shot to the nuts? Like a good oh man. Like in high school, it's like a weekly occurrence. I took a shot to the nuts today. Yeah.
Where it happens to me the most, and it's not like a true shot to the nuts.
Yeah.
Is sometimes if I'm I'm hurrying to get to work, if I try to put my belt on quickly, the buckle will swing up and go bang and just clip my nut every now and then, and it's enough to go, yo, yikes! Like,
you know what's funny? Like, it's been so long for me. It's like a bee sting where I'm like, fuck. I haven't done it in so long. Now I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could take a shot to the nuts.
Like a real shot to the nuts.
I stubbed my goddamn toe this morning.
Oh, brutal.
And I was like, I was a full 90 seconds incapacitated. Like somebody had pepper sprayed me. Mm-hmm. I was in the same state. Like I was like, my kids are like, "What's wrong?" Like, my toe. Like I got crushed in the stool in their kitchen counter. But a nut shot would destroy me.
You know, last time I stubbed my toe, it's days. I have days of because 2 days later, I was like, why is my pinky toe so achy right now? I was like, oh yeah, you fucking stubbed it 2 days ago.
I get enough of there's a certain mood lighting just came on in here. It's more romantic.
Not moving enough. It shuts down.
Whatever old man feet and toes I have, there's there's a certain spot ingrown toenail enough that you just hit it at the right angle.
Oh,
and
God
it doesn't even have to be hard.
No.
It can just be a slight, a hard breeze.
Yes.
And it hits it, and you're like, it'll drop you to your knees. It hurts so badly.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I got a part on my big toe that is kind of ingrown, but not really.
Yeah.
And so some days where I'll be watching TV, and where you just your hands are wandering or whatever, and it finds its way down, and you're like, oh, what's going on? On the edge of this corner. Ouch. And it's like, is that ingrown? Is that gonna? And it never gets any further than every now and then just kind of being a little achy or bothering me.
Mine's I'll bump it on something just so innocently, bump it on a corner of something and just be like, oh, why does that should not hurt that badly?
Much. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh man.
The one that was really disgusting that I never did to anybody, the process of it is really disgusting. A wet willy.
Oh,
did you ever have that? I had it done to me.
Yeah, definitely done.
Really pissed me off.
It is unsettling.
It's gross, man.
Very unsettling. I probably did.
The wet willy,
more in
if you
middle
don't know,
school.
is
what about? You know what I never did was spit wads.
You lick
your
wet
finger,
willy, right?
Yeah.
And you
lick your finger and you shove it in somebody's ear, and it's
God.
so unsettling.
First of all, you're getting their spit in your ear. And then they're getting whatever earwax or whatever in your ear on their finger. The whole thing is a no-win situation for either one of you.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I never got into spit wads.
Spit
wads I never totally got. There was always, I feel like spit wads were always in movies.
Yeah.
It was people don't do that. It's like you chew up a piece of paper
and have a straw.
Spit it through a straw.
Yeah.
And hit them with
I remember trying it, but I don't remember having access to straws enough to do that.
Yeah, I just don't. It It wasn't my thing, I guess, ever.
Yeah.
But there is something though, like when you're in class and you'd have the person behind you that decide to like would you ever have anybody like just like flick your ear, just
man.
like flick your ear as hard as they could out of nowhere? That was also like an unsettling, shocking, like, oh God.
Your ear would just be hot for like 15 minutes, dude. Hot. Yeah.
Or like, wasn't there a thing for a while people would, like pinch the back of your arm?
Yep.
Like this, like sensitive skin,
Yeah,
like on the opposite. What is this muscle?
It's your, what is that? Your tricep. Is that what it is?
But it's very sensitive back
it is.
there.
It is.
I was thinking about this the other day because you're someone who's related to you have like people get this. I don't know. People have skin shit. I have skin shit. I feel like I keep getting zits on my nose recently. But like we'll get the little bumps.
I have them.
Yeah, little bumps on their arm.
Yeah, it's
and I remember there was somebody I know, without naming names, you guys would like, poor guy, someone's very close to you, maybe related, maybe younger than you, and you guys would like agitate him.
Yeah,
scrape him.
Yeah, come behind him like a cat, just kind of go whap, running down, like fuck, like. I didn't do that a lot. It was mostly like
that was a prank,
like putting your fingers on and like threatening to do it, but not really doing it. We didn't really do it all that much, but like, it may have been my brother. It may have been my brother, my younger brother.
Siblings, it's like probably more appropriate, but like just some random person at school where you do this. Is this a purely guy thing? I'm trying to think of other girl stuff that they would do just to like. I guess they have enough stuff. They just like body shame and look shame each other, and dudes just have to find a way to like physically like harm the other person or something.
That's a good question. And if anyone out there has, I mean, obviously kiz.podcast@gmail.com or our phone number, which I always forget.
It's SOD. SOD.
What did I say?
KIZ.
Oh shit.
That's Kicking and Zoobs.
That's Kicking and Zoobs. And that's a Freudian slip. That show doesn't even exist.
Oh, you don't do it anymore?
No, I mean, I haven't done it for
SOD.podcast.
SOD.podcast. That's right.
What about?
But let us know, because I am interested in any of the ladies out there. What sort of bullying / tactics do you remember, and do they exist anymore?
Is it like the movie Carrie? They throw tampons at you or something?
I just don't see that. Like I think ladies always seem to be more
psychological.
Yeah.
It's evil.
Yeah,
it's like Bond villain shit.
I always remember having like, groups of female friends, and then one of them would be on the outs, and then being like, hey, where's so-and-so? Oh yeah, no, she's not. And then they start telling you some stuff. You're like, fuck, man, you're brutal. Like, that's mean shit. Well, she deserves it because of this. And I always would just hear this stuff and just think like, wow.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get a dead finger in the nuts and call it a day.
I'll take give me one or two titty twisters, so I can be in the group.
Titty twister. Oh my god.
Titty twister.
Good
That
Lord.
was also
hurt.
Those were brutal.
Yeah.
Those were brutal.
If someone really got your nipple too and twisted, fuck. Monkey bumps. Do you ever do monkey bumps? Do you know that?
Yeah. Like
it's your middle finger, and you let it like you make a fist, but then you bring your middle finger out a little bit to make a point.
Right,
away
like
from
your
the fist.
middle knuckle out.
Yeah, your middle.
Bit.
Your middle.
Then you like.
Yeah, or bam, right in like right into their muscle.
That was like another like Charlie horse thing.
Yeah,
give you a Charlie horse, monkey bump.
Yeah.
Again, the difference between that and a punch are the exact same thing, except for like you just had to say monkey bump and then like hit him like that, and like, you got me.
You got me with the monkey.
You got me with that thing. Titty twister. Like what?
Towels.
This is
whipping with towels.
Whipping with towels.
That really fucking hurt when someone did that shit, dude. I was
Some people were really good
what
at
are you
it too.
doing?
Like they would snap that thing and it would sound like fucking thunder going off, like crack, and you're like, oh shit. I gotta get dressed quick here.
Fucking Indiana Jones shit, dude. That was like, Have you ever got
Like a
cracked with
bullwhip?
one? It was.
Oh yeah, they're no joke. Like they would leave. Yeah,
welt
mark.
Fuck.
All that stuff. I know we talked about this probably on the podcast before, but like middle school wrestling, like doing the slap line.
Yes, one time it only happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember it well. I talked about it on the show before because it was the first practice that I went to, and it was one of those deals where I wasn't in on it. My friends didn't tell me we're all going to wrestle, and one day I showed up, and they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to wrestling practice after school. Like, wait, what? Who decided this? Oh, we did. We're all going. You didn't know? Fuck. Well, I want to do it too. So then I go, and they're like, yeah, no, you got to get this signed by your parents. You got to You got to get permission.
Right.
So then I go and I grab the permission.
You got your permission because we're going to throw you in a slap line, and they had permission for the hazing.
Do you know what the slap line was for? Is you had to get all of your teachers to sign off on this thing that they'd give you that would be like, oh, did they make it to class today and were they good? Yep.
Oh,
so you got this thing signed and you handed it to the coach.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have it, you went through the spanking line.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you?
So I had to get my permission. It's a long time. I had to get the permission slip from my parents to actually participate. Finally got that thing done. And the first practice I made it to, they're like, hey, did you guys get your teacher slip? Come over and hand them in. If you didn't, you go through the spank line. I go up to the coach. I go, this is my first day of practice. I don't have a slip because I wasn't here on Monday for me to get the slip. So this is my first day. We're like, got to go through the line. Got to go through the line. This is the shit as an adult that drives me insane thinking about schools and teachers and things like that. Is this a thing anymore? Where it's like, this is fucking unreasonable, you goddamn moron. Me at 12 are smart. I'm like, or unless you're just like, this is tough love. I don't know what it was. This one sticks in my craw because I'm like, I don't have it. I wasn't here. This is my first day. How would I know to get this? I don't even have it. Like, this is my first time hearing about it. Like, too bad. Go through the line. Got on my hands and knees, crawled through the spank line, and all the guys slapped my ass as I crawled through.
I remember somebody having like a handprint on their back.
Yeah, because you'd miss, because you're trying to go through as fast as you could.
Yeah.
So the person that was trying, we had this discussion. This is the
I know.
same discussion we had. Like, that person winds up and throws it by the time you're almost through, and it's or you're early and it's whap right on your back.
Yeah.
Never happened again. Never talked about it because someone went to their parents and said, they're like, what? You did what? And they went and talked.
Well, it's like in my mind, it happened, and then I was like, oh, that was that. Like, you just accept it at that age. Like, it's a thing I did.
That's what they do here.
Yeah, that's what I do. And I probably had my sheet, so I was like, good thing I didn't have to go through that. And it was like, ha. And I feel like it was always like, it was like the 8th graders, like smacking the 7th graders or something.
And
right?
Yeah. And talk about something that's like completely homoerotic. Like, no shame in that game if that's your game, but like, somebody was totally getting off on this. Like, one of the adults in charge was like, let's do a spank line. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's got to be something like that.
I remember when my first job out of college, this dude, he like went to college, but I feel like East Coast and West Coast, and I didn't go to a school with like a fraternity or sorority system, Greek or whatever. And he did. He was like East Coast, and he started telling me these stories like, and then we stripped this guy naked and tied him up on a tree in front of a house. I'm like, what? Why? What? Like, we would just go to like the Royal and get wasted and then eat a hot dog and then go back and like watch like The Crow on DVD or something.
Watch
like
the guys selling baseball cards on.
We watched QVC and then like listen to Too Short. Like, what were you doing?
Oh no, man! We jerked him off, and then like it was like what? Yeah, it's a total thing.
We stripped him. This was literally a story. We stripped him naked and tied him to a tree in front of somebody's house. And I was like, that's crazy, dude. Like, why would you do that to your friend? That's like. I wouldn't do that to somebody.
It's a rite of passage. It was a rite of passage. Yeah. You got to do it.
Yeah. But like that somehow these things escalate because where it becomes like
it's like that mob thing. You've got like 20 bros broing it up, and it's like it just
made
sense some alcohol on top.
Made sense at the time.
Who knows, man? I didn't have.
The craziest thing we did was like put cream cheese on our hot dogs.
Yeah,
and I was like nuts.
Or one time, Thunder over there, man, we ordered a bunch of chicken sandwiches from Jack in the Box. He didn't want the mayonnaise. He left them in the cab. He left a whole sack in the cab.
I'm still angry about that.
I know you are.
Used every dollar I had. Pulled out my whole change drawer.
Where's those chicken sandwiches? Had mayonnaise.
Not for me.
Not for me.
Not for me. Had mayonnaise. Not for me.
Not for me.
You son of a bitch.
I ordered 2. They were supposed to not have mayonnaise on it.
That was so hungry.
How'd I know that you would want that? Jesus, man. It's really awful. You think of that stuff, it's really awful. We made it. We survived, though. Who knows what it did mentally to me?
I would be curious too. Like, not that we have, hey, if you're in high school and you listen, like nobody listens to this in high school. Only like weird 40 and 50-year-olds listen anymore. But I would be curious to like
kids.
to quiz a like teenage boy mostly and just be like, what is the crazy shit that like, it's probably all like internet bullying. Like, yeah, then they asked Gen AI to make a video of me buck naked tied to a tree.
Yeah,
like,
and they did it, and they put it up, and it made it around the world. it was up on 8chan, and
they asked Gen AI to like give me a virtual titty twister or whatever. But like I'm curious, like the amount of like. Every day you would go to school, like just waiting for like what physical thing is going to happen to me today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thinking about it, I don't really have a story or remember one of those things that happened to me where I was like totally embarrassed in front of anybody. I know that stuff happened to me where I was like, you motherfucker, whatever, but I don't have anything that's burned in my memory.
No, I think it's all like one large blur to me. Like, oh yeah, everything we just described, other than a swirly, happened to me at one point. But like I couldn't tell you an individual like incident.
No, me either.
Where it happened.
The other one that we would do in our circle, because I think it was one of those things too, where we didn't cross the line, but the group of a particular group of the friends that I hung out with in high school, swatting things out of your hand.
Right?
Which wasn't like painful or anything, but it would be like, oh man, you got a sandwich and you went to eat it. And
that's actually
prick
funny.
would come over and swat it, and it just like the thing would explode, and it's just it's on the hallway now on the ground. You're
Wasn't
done.
that a Newman thing? Or
Yes.
who was the thing like where they would just like stick their finger into your food?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one makes me laugh. Actually.
That was a Newman and that guy thing.
Yeah.
Where if you were sitting there and you had something like a plate of something, it would just poke his finger and he would say, are you going to eat that? And just stab his finger into whatever it is you're eating. And if you know this guy, that finger and where that finger probably has been, it just so disgusting. And many times with Newman, he would do it to Newman.
Me still laugh to this day. I don't know why.
He would do it to Newman.
Yeah.
At the lunch table in front of everyone. He's like, are you going to eat that? And just like smash his finger right down the middle of a burrito. Like, like mushing his finger right into it.
Yeah.
And then Newman would quietly push the plate away and just get up and walk away. Like, I'm not eating this. I'm not like
just acquiesce.
You deal with it.
Like, done. Yeah.
And the entire table would laugh because it was like such an incredible dick move. And
I don't know why that one still makes me laugh. I don't know.
It is. It's like it's brutal. It is brutal.
But it's like
yeah. That same dude, the first time he met a guy, and this was probably in our early 20s, 21, 22, where you start going to college or you start living your life a little bit and you bring new friends into a friend group. And this guy met that guy for the first time. This night they go out to a bar or whatever, and it's bars closed. They go into 24-hour Safeway. This guy buys like one of those pre-wrapped hoagie sandwiches that they made at the deli.
Right.
He's in the car, like hanging out the window, just getting ready to eat this hoagie, and that guy comes over and swats it before he even get one bite, and the whole sandwich explodes all over the parking lot on the ground. This dude was so livid. I thought he was going to, it almost came to blows. It almost came to blows because he's like, I've never met this motherfucker before.
Yeah.
And, I'm like, I could not believe it. And Safeway was closed at that point, right? Like they just made it in to get this shit. Dude was so fucking pissed.
Yeah, you gotta know somebody well enough to do that.
Like
the one that I remember,
on
you triggered one for me. When you're 21, when we started going to the bars, was like you'd have a bottle of beer and someone would come and do the bang the bottle of beer on top. Bang the bottle of beer, like take the bottom of your bottle, bang it on the opening of the other bottle, which instantly makes it like foam over.
Like pushes air in, which then like makes it foam
Makes it foam over all over your hand. We would do that all the time.
I never did it. I hated it. It only was done to me. I would never do it to someone because I was always afraid that.
I feel like I always do it with that the other roommate we had.
Correct.
Yes.
You pricks would do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I would never
always
do
be
it
a
to
cause
you.
like, oh shit, I just like you feel the top of your bottle like, oh yeah, broke glass off.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is
chipped,
now.
There's a chip piece
Yeah, yeah.
here. Now I don't want to drink this anymore
Yeah,
because
yeah.
could be drinking glass. Like
Totally.
that fucking drove me nuts. And that roommate did it all the
He did a
time,
lot.
especially
I
once
did
he
a lot
got like
yeah.
a little tuned up. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is blood money. I can barely afford this bottle of beer.
This Rolling Rock.
This
is like
Rolling Rock, yeah.
my last $2.65 on the planet.
And now there's a chip, and I'm too afraid to drink the rest of it.
Yeah.
You prick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That stuff was. Oh Christ, man! And then the one I was gonna go into was, of course, Blaine Beecham mooning me, spreading his ass cheeks, and letting a fart go, and just a stream of diarrhea comes launching out, and I'm like, I see it in midair, and I pivot, I turn, and it just goes right on my shoulder. The guy literally shit on my shoulder.
His intent was what?
That's what I'm saying.
Like to fart on you?
I don't
and
know.
It got away from him?
Yes.
Like, what?
Yes. Yeah. He didn't know that there was more than just a fart.
Oh my God.
And it was one of those things too.
I mean, you never know.
You never
really
know.
Especially at our age. Like you never
feel
trust.
Like, oh yeah, and
never
especially at our age. Yeah, no way.
But can't trust one.
And this was 7th grade, maybe? I can remember now we're in the living room of the house that had the big window up there.
Oh yeah, I know the one.
And and then, like I've said before, he would tell everybody the story, and I was the butt of the joke. He got shit on. I was like, "You shit yourself. You were the one that shit yourself." Like, that's
no way that's planned. You're like,
no, there's no way.
I'm gonna let one loose. That's like you can't plan that.
You can't plan that.
Yeah.
Just like a little stream came out.
That guy could also make the aftermath of that situation. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, what were you, 11, 12?
Yeah, probably something like that
age?
Yeah.
At that age, like, what are you? Like, you got to be stunned.
Gotta take my shirt off.
You got to be stunned.
It's on my shoulder.
What just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was living.
And he's probably like also stunned, but trying to like play it off. Like
Playing it off.
He like meant it on purpose.
He was totally embarrassed, and then was laughing that like ha ha ha, like I got you sort of thing. Like I'm gonna.
That was a great prank.
I'm gonna
When you think about the prank. Great one.
well and it was behind me, so it was one of those things where was like mooning me behind me. And I didn't know. I remember this where we used to we're grab assing, mooning. We're grab assing fucking around on the, and I'm sitting, we're probably playing Nintendo, was probably what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I turned around, and the whole time he was waiting for me to turn around. He's just got a bare ass in my face. So that is the joke. And then he had a fart and let it rip.
Wasn't it one of the things in high school where they're like impossible sit up?
No, that was brutal. I was like,
I heard about it.
Yeah.
Did you see it ever happen?
I think maybe I did see it.
I never
once
saw
at a
one
party,
happen.
But the funny thing, not the funny thing.
Like describe the impossible sit up.
Yeah, that's where it's like
they have them like close their eyes and they're like, you can't do a sit up here. And
if you do it this way, you close your eyes, and they give you an example of it. Like someone who's in on the joke could get down and they do the cross your arms and then you close your eyes and then I'm going to push on your forehead and then I'll it's something like I'll release and you got to wait 2 seconds. You won't be able to sit up.
Yeah.
And then so they do that whole thing, and they have another guy in on it. Like, okay, holding his head down. The other dude would drop his pants and put his ass over his face, and you go like, all right, 1, 2, or whatever, and the dude would go sit up, and he'd sit up right into the guy's ass crack. The person's ass crack, balls, taint,
so foul.
You name it, whatever, all of that business.
Yeah.
So foul. Yeah. For the person receiving and also the person giving. I do not want to do.
Wait, which one's giving in that case?
That's
Sitting
a good point.
Up? Yeah. The person spreading?
The person spreading, that can't be great either.
No.
Like, I don't want a man's mouth, nose, and face up in my balls, taint, and ass crack. No. He's basically eating your ass out in a way. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
All of these things came with a level of shame, but man.
Oh, brutal.
That one's brutal.
That is very brutal.
I mean, you don't. at that point, like that's oof.
How do you live that one down?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I did one time blame Bleachum. Is that where we're going?
Sure, we'll
with?
go with that.
Did you ever do like it was like an impossible arm curl or something?
Make
where
you
it's
hit
like,
yourself in the face.
Yeah, where like you like if you make a fist right now, I'm trying to think of like you're gonna do a curl.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, I bet like it's like an arm wrestle. Like I'm gonna you do an arm thing like you're gonna curl. I'm gonna grab your hand the other way, and then you pull against me. If you can like touch your fist to your shoulder, you win. But I want to try to pull your arm straight to the ground. It's like a weird arm wrestling thing. But you would do it, and then you would like let go
and punch yourself.
And I remember somebody did it to me, and I did it to Blaine Beecham, and he like punched himself like hard in the nose, and he was like, and it was one of those moments where it was like, I thought it was going to be funny, and then after we did it, it was like,
oh boy,
oh that was not funny because he literally just like punched himself super hard in the face. And it was like there was no humor about it. Yeah.
I think we've talked this one before. Do you remember the time I threw a fucking foosball and hit you in the lip?
Oh yeah, but you thought it was a ping pong ball.
Yeah, I mean, remember we had like you had for whatever reason there was
a ping pong table.
Yeah,
in my
we had a bunch
house.
of ping, but we were running around tossing them at each other.
Yeah, like
whatever.
chucking them at each
trying to
other.
throw them as hard as you could, but they're ping pong balls.
Yeah,
and
it hit me good too.
Oh yeah, and it was from a ways away too. It's like across the room, and the crazy thing about it was, why was there a foosball out of the table?
Oh, I don't know.
On the floor, because I remember the reason I didn't realize it wasn't a ping pong ball is because I was grabbing it from the floor and kind of like, you know, where something's on the floor and you kind of just flick it from the floor.
Yeah.
And the second I like it was almost like I tried to like, oh shit! Like as I was doing
it was definitely a perfect storm.
Oh,
and throwing the wrong ball and it just hit me right in the lip,
like
probably from like 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so loud. I was like, and I just remember you going, motherfucker, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I didn't mean to, man. I thought it was like, how? I didn't know. Like,
no, I get it.
There was be a fucking foosball on the floor.
I think I had to like tell not even a white lie, full on lie to my dad later. He's like, what happened to your face? And I was like, we were, whatever, made
grab
some
ass. No,
we were probably doing kickboxing or something at the time. I was like, oh, it happened in kickboxing. It was like, oh, because I had like a big old fat split lip. Take a foosball in the face from like 10 feet away.
It's like pinching your lip between the foosball and the teeth.
I remember like it split pretty good.
God
That's
damn.
the thing, man. Like when you're younger, like you play volleyball with like your brother's friends or whatever. Like having a split, got a split lip again.
Okay. Well, that sucks.
You're like, what happened? I split my lip.
Yeah.
Like I can't. Getting a split lip now would be like. I'd probably take a day off from work. Like,
well, I can tell you as someone who face planted on a fucking scooter.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And ran half of his face through gravel.
Yeah.
You like show up and it's just like, dude, what happened to you? Like, fucking crashed a scooter. Like, what?
Dude, I can't watch people on the scooters anymore.
God damn.
I was driving. I was coming home the other night from like work or something. It was like late, and there's like these two like college kids, girls on the scooter, like. Laughing, having a good old time going down the road, and they're like two people on one scooter, and it's doing that like shaking around thing. And I was like, I can't watch because like they're gonna eat shit. I've been there. I know what's gonna happen to you. It's pitch black out. You can't see any like
outside of this building where we're at now, Lower Queen Anne. And I'm no one can see this, but I'm pointing this road here. You know how like
that big steep hill.
That big steep hill.
Yeah,
a guy on one of those, and his lady friend on the back behind him, and they're just bombing down that hill on one of those little electric. I was like, what are you two doing?
I thought you were going to tell me they ate it.
No, I mean, they may have at the bottom. I didn't see how it ended, but.
Somebody was asking about that. Like, any of that time, like, our streets in Seattle are not great.
No.
And there's a lot of, like, weird concrete streets where it's, like, slabs that don't line up anymore.
Yeah, they need to be slab-jacked.
You slab-jack them.
No, but, like, even over here.
You got to jack that slab.
There's trees lining the sidewalk over
roots
here.
And
the roots have grown under, and there's, like, literal jumps in the sidewalk. And if it's night and you're on one of those things, there's no fucking way.
I can't even, like, I ate shit walking home once. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I see people doing that, like, two college girls on the thing. I'm like, you guys are going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've broken my wrist. I know what I'm talking about, old lady.
But yeah, no, it was not good going into work, having to explain over and over and over. Yes, I am 46 years old, and I just ate shit on one of those things.
Like, man, anything anymore. Even getting like a zit anymore. Like, how am I going to explain? Like, how am I going to like a zit?
I put makeup on sometimes.
I don't know.
I put makeup on.
Oh, really?
I have a goddamn.
I should do that.
I have a goddamn CPAP machine, and I get zits on my nose from time to time, and they're like the under the skin shit. So I'll just get like a real rosy red.
Those will drop you. Those will drop you to your knees.
Very painful. There's nothing you can do about it. They usually never head up or anything.
Yeah.
They're just like red. And so Anita's got this stuff. It's called like No Eye. It's like this little. It's like not cover up, but it's like the perfect color. And it's this little tube, almost like a tiny tube of toothpaste. What I do is I get the one of those Q-tips.
Yeah.
Blot it a little bit. I'm like, I'm real good at it. Dude.
You're a goddamn maker. You're a goddamn Rick Baker.
I am like a Rick fucking Baker. So whenever I get one, I just kind of
Stan Winston over here. Doing the Predator.
By the end of the day, it's back, but it's at least hidden it for most of the day.
Dude, I don't know what's been going on lately. Like
the inside,
not the inside. Like you probably even, like if you got real close over here. No, but like I think I don't know if I've just been like. I think I have a nervous habit. Do you like, are there things that you find yourself, you're like, oh, like when I'm thinking or doing something that you find yourself like, I end up touching my face a lot during the day. It's just like a nervous sort of like, whatever.
Run my hands around the back of my
exactly,
neck.
Do something like that. But I've noticed like, I was like, God damn, I'm getting a lot of like dry skin and like zits right around like the rim of my nostril. I was like, what? I'm fucking 46 or whatever. I'm goddamn, this is ridiculous.
Well, I started shaving my nose hairs.
Oh, I've been doing that for years. Like,
do you have one of those little tools?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
use it on my eyebrows too sometimes.
Oh, I've got
my ear hairs.
No,
those things grow back quick.
I got the one that you can, like that's like round, and you shove it up.
Yeah, that's what you use it on your eyebrows. Use it on eyebrows. Use it on your ear hairs. Use it all over.
Fuck shit. Yeah. So I've been using this.
Change your life.
I got it free. I wasn't one of. I didn't buy it. Like I went and bought a clipper, and they're like free nose hair trimmer. And I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna use that. And one day I was like, fuck, I'm glad I got this thing. I put like one single AA battery in there.
Yep.
So I use this thing, but since I used it, I think that oftentimes it kind of doesn't really shave as much as it pulls the hair out in there. And I think sometimes I get growing back hairs inside my nose.
Oh, mine definitely cuts. Cause like if I do it, then
this one does too, but
my nose and I can feel the stubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an odd feeling.
This does that too, but every now and then I think it's pulling hair too. Cause it's just like maybe the battery's low. I don't know what it is, but like sometimes I'll get like an ingrown hair growing back in the inside of my nose. That will drop you.
That would destroy you.
Knock your dick in the dirt.
I would, that versus like a gunshot wound. I would take a gunshot wound. Like they're so
I'd rather
painful.
get knifed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It is very painful.
Those under the skin nose zits, man, are just, and I've said this for years, they're wired directly to like a nerve ending somewhere in your head. It's just like rough.
He said they're hot wired to your tear ducts.
They are. It just like, it just starts flowing from
you start monkeying with it and you just got you got tears running down your face.
Like I did a thing, like I end up finding this stuff like mostly like I did a bunch of traveling the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And you'll be on a plane and you'll be like, what's that little dry thing of skin? And then like you can't stop like
fucking with it.
It. Like I think it's a thing of dead skin I can get out. Like, oh shit, I just scratched my face. What am I doing?
My biggest problem area. I'm glad we've morphed into this, by the way.
It's come from high school to this. It's a good transition.
My biggest problem area is I always have like a stubbly beard. I always have stubble at some point. I don't like shaving all that much.
Yeah,
so.
I don't like doing it either. I literally did this morning and I hate it.
I hate it. Yeah. And I'll usually, sometimes I'll just use the trimmer and just like, kind of not, how would you call that shaving where it's like, I'm not using a razor. I'm not using electric shaver that's going to cut all the way to the skin. It's just going to kind of trim it down as far as I can with clippers.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll do manscaping on it.
And so I do that in various forms. So very rarely I'll shave my whole face. Right. But it doesn't matter how long I've been on this earth. I will get some sort of an ingrown hair on my neck or on my cheek in the beard.
Right.
And I've become somewhat of a pro of like, but it like I'll be, maybe like you said, I'll be reading something online and I'll like run my hand over my face and it'll just be like, Your fingers run over a spot. You go, ting. You're like, wait a minute.
What was that? What was that ting?
What was that?
Yeah.
You go over there and you're like, is that something? No, I don't think that's.
Yeah, I don't feel it.
That's a weird feeling.
You're like, wait, there it is again.
Or it's like,
yeah.
No, it's probably nothing. And then literally 2 to 3 hours later, go to the bathroom, take a leak, look in the mirror. Jesus Christ.
Right.
It's like headed up now.
Totally.
I'm like, God bless it. I knew it. I knew it. I don't know mentally why I can't, like, I should know every time now. Like, I've been around the block long enough to know, like, there's something going to happen. Get ready for it. But I never do. And then it's like a couple hours, a day later, I'm like, God bless it.
I sent you, I don't think you guys responded to that, but I sent, I think you and like Luke and the usual suspects, that dude that died from an ingrown hair.
Yeah, that was, wow.
Straight up died from an ingrown hair. I was like, dude, I've been playing Russian roulette.
Sepsis or something?
Russian roulette for my entire life.
Christ. Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we did it. I think we brought it to an end. Don't do it, guys.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, be kind to each other, guys.
Oh my gosh,
please, Jesus,
dude. The amount of like abuse that we gave each other, as,
for what?
Like labeled under good, clean fun. At that, it was ridiculous.
His shit stain probably ruined my OP shirt. Ocean Pacific.
Ocean Pacific.
Yes.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for this. Was a real treat. This is a real treat.
Sure was being back in the studio. I am alive. Whoever emailed that,
Kevin, listener Kevin.
Yeah,
one of the original listeners who, R.I.P. was at the Lake City Bar and Grill one time.
Oh, and maybe the Mandarin Gate.
Yeah,
too.
I was going to say R.I.P.
Yeah.
Last week, ladies and gentlemen, the Mandarin Gate in Seattle served its last possibly roofied drink to a patron. Because
they weren't doing karaoke anymore.
They weren't doing karaoke anymore. No,
Absolutely not.
they were just serving delicious food for all of the people in the.
They couldn't afford the royalties from karaoke anymore.
What I heard, they couldn't pay the BMI.
No.
BMI and ASCAP fees. Or whatever. But anyways, many a TBTL and SOD functions happened at the Oak Tree Village.
A lot of good memories there.
Yeah, a lot of bad ones.
Not actually any memories there.
No.
Mostly brownouts. Mostly a lot of brownouts there. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thank you, everyone, and play us out.
You know your business, I know mine. Your business being an asshole.